Newspapers were shut, people were afraid to speak even inside their homes. It sounds like a story from a faraway dictatorship, but it happened right here in India. The time when India lost its voice. The story begins in early 1970s. India was still a young country, only 25 years old. Indira Gandhi was the prime minister. People loved her. She led India to victory in the 1971 war with the Pakistan, and Bangladesh became a new country. People called her Durga, a powerful goddess. But behind the praise, problems were growing. Prices were rising. People stood in long lines to buy food and oil. There were no jobs, corruptions were everywhere, and people were angry. People started to protest. In Gujarat, students started a big protest against corruption. This was called the Nav Nirman Andolan. Because of this protest, the Gujarat government failed. Then a respected old man stepped forward, none other than J. Prakash Narayan, also called JP. JP was a freedom fighter. People loved him. He asked for a total revolution to fight corruption, poverty, and justice. People joined JP in huge numbers. At rallies, he shouted out, Sampurn Kranti, means total revolution. This made Indira Gandhi very worried. The big court verdict. Then something shocking happened. On 12th June 1975, the Allahabad High Court said Indira Gandhi had won her 1971 election in a wrong way. Her election was cancelled. She was banned from being in parliament for 6 years. People shouted, Indira Gandhi resign. Her powers were slipping away. But Indira didn't want to leave her seat at any cost. Night of the darkness. On June 25th, 1975, a big crowd gathered at Ramlila Maidan in Delhi. JP stood on a stage and said, the police and army must follow the constitution, not illegal orders. These words shook the government and Indira Gandhi. The night while India slept, a secret plan was made. At midnight, lights went out in a newspaper office. Phones stopped working. Police vans drove through the streets. By morning, India was a different country. President Farukhuddin Ali Ahmed signed a paper that said emergency was declared under Article 352. Indira Gandhi came on a radio and said, the president has proclaimed emergency. There is nothing to fear. But people were very afraid. During the emergency, India was no longer free. People lost their rights, couldn't speak, write, or gather in groups. Newspapers were forced to show their articles to the government before printing it. Famous newspaper, the Indian Express, left empty spaces on their pages to silent protest. More than 1 lakh people were arrested. Opposition's leaders, journalists, activists. Leaders like JP, Morarji Bhai Desai, Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, LK Advani, and many others were jailed. Indira Gandhi's sons, Sanjay Gandhi, started a forced sterilization. Poor people were picked up and sterilized without choice. Slums were destroyed in cities like Delhi. Lack of people lost their homes. People whispered in a fear. Parents told their children don't talk about politics, even at home. In January 1977, Indira Gandhi suddenly announced elections. Maybe she thought people still support her. That was her assumption. But people were angry. When election happened in March 1977, the people spoke with their votes. Indira Gandhi and her Congress party lost badly. For the first time, India got a non-Congress government. Indira Gandhi herself lost her seat in a Raebareli. The emergency was over. So the lesson is the emergency latest for 21 months, but it's a memory, it's still alive. People will say never forgot those days. Because the emergency taught India something important, freedom is fragile. Democracy is precious and power belongs to the people. So, whenever we talk about freedom, human rights, and democracy, let's remember the emergency. It was not just a political event, it was a warning that freedom cannot be lost if we're not careful. This was the Unfiltered Talk with Rishika. Stay aware, stay free. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.